Hey guys, welcome to another episode of BBA Investigators where we tell you what accountants already know. This week we're starting a new series called What the Financial Report, and we're going to tell you exactly what financial report we'll be looking into and what they tell us. Are you ever interested in new cities and want to learn more about them, so you go to their individual home pages and check them out? And you see all these wonderful pictures of each city, so gorgeous, aren't they? But when you're really trying to figure out what this city's all about and how it works, you find that you can't find a single thing about that, and then you just get frustrated and fed up. Well, we do too. That's why this week we're going to pair up with a group from TMUCT, and we're going to look into this information that talks about these cities and just what these numbers really mean. We can talk all day about how pretty a city looks, but at the end of the day, how a city works internally is what matters. But to keep this awesome theme of BBA investigators, we're going to throw in a twist. We're going undercover. Stick with us. We're going to show some clips throughout our meeting, and then we'll come back and do some comparisons. And maybe we'll see just what city is best based on the numbers. Again, brought to you by BBA investigators telling you what the accountants already know. Whoa, hey guys. There's a lot more into this than I ever expected, and they have a lot of information to share. So let's start with the beginning. For you to start anything in regards to figuring out the financial position of any place, government, city, you've got to start with the basics. So at the very top, for each city that TMUCT is observing, you'll see population. And they're all fairly different. Then we'll go on to the governance. So they all have the city councils, of which they'll have one mayor and members of the council. For Harker Heights, Lampasas, and Round Rock, they all have members, either 5 or 6, and those are all voted at large. However, with Flint, we see that they are voted by district or wards, and each person is representative of each ward. Below that, we need to know kind of what the home life is, how much it costs, for us to kind of understand where these cities are getting their revenues from these taxes. We see that in Flint, Michigan, the values are fairly low. In Harker Heights, Lampasas, Texas, and Round Rock, they're all over 100,000. And Round Rock is over 200. Beyond that, we want to look at the school districts, because the school districts have their own governance, but they're also important because these facts are going to be what bring people in. We see that in Flint, Michigan, their state proficiencies are fairly low, below 50%. Now, in the Texas cities, we see that they're well over 50%. Harker Heights sitting at 74% proficiency, Lampasas at 78%, and 87% proficiency. These all factor in to the information that we're going to see in these financial reports. And we have to take them into consideration of why these numbers are the way they are. Now that the groundwork is laid, we're going to start looking into financial reports. What financial report, you might ask? We're looking into the Cafr. It's a comprehensive annual financial report. Though it's not obligated for the cities to do this, they do so to show you more of the detailed information of what's going on with their assets, their debits and credits, their liabilities, and from there you'll create ratios to figure out how the city's working, how it's doing. And this stuff is no joke. This book is huge, and it goes over the Cafr. I don't think that they think that I don't know what's going on, but it's going pretty well. So the next meeting, we're going to go over these reports and these ratios, and you're going to see just how much they know that you don't know, but we're reporting to you. live from BBA Investigators. All right, it's day 2. Let's see what these numbers say. Hey, all right, so what have we got here today?
So I'm here looking at the different ratios that are telling us how the city is performing, and we picked up these 5 ratios that will help us. My God.
No, yeah, I get it. That will kind of shows what's going on inside the government.
Yes.
All right, and these are pretty good at comparing. These will be good for each city?
Yes, they are.
Wow. Look at these ratios. These are complicated.
Yeah.
Current ratio. You got your current assets over your liabilities. Wow. Didn't know that would make a difference. I guess we'll see how these numbers compute. Interesting. Numbers are wild. Wow, how many pages is that document?
169.
169. That's long.
Yes, but I usually use the find feature so I can kind of easily navigate and find the documents that I need to look at.
Accountants, they're so resourceful.
Wait, these special revenues, she told you to track those?
That was before I asked the question.
Yeah,
So
we're keeping that one.
Keeping that one because technically it was not capital, remember, because it was just a grant. It's a program. Not that. So this is not, it's just these 2 that to count.
That number right there for total general revenue. So you're adding your program revenues to your general revenues, and that's your net revenues.
Okay.
Those 3 numbers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Did it say subtract special items or anything like that?
For interperiod?
Yeah.
This is one we did in class on top.
Right, are unable to pay it.
So we can't.
They're unsure if they're able to pay it, you know what I mean, in the future?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a guess though.
But it would make sense. And accounting apparently goes way further than just numbers. You got to know what's going on in the city.
Yeah, Flint's having all kinds of issues.
So, I mean, in regards to the debt burden, Flint is lower. So if you're just looking at that, that's where you want to be. However, is that where you want to be? Because their assets are way out of too close to the end of their life. That's going to increase the liabilities. They don't live within their means, which would make sense. So it really kind of just depends on what you're looking at. Harker Heights is kind of in the gray area, whereas Lampasas and Round Rock seem like the place to go. It just depends on what you're looking for. What kind of government run do you want? Do you want to live within your means more than you want to have to repay or refinance assets? Or do you want to generate more revenue? Kind of crazy.
And Harker Heights is actually, all of the numbers are in the middle.
Right,
They
yeah.
don't have the
But
best number on
they're in the gray
on
area,
any
yeah.
of them.
So if you just want to take a chance, go with Harker Heights, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't know where they're going.
And maybe that's because they're such a new city.
Newer, yeah, coming up. So, but I mean, you gotta take a little debt to make some money.
And the Oscar goes to...
Oh, thank you. It was nothing. It was so easy. They didn't even, They didn't even know. I was like a student, but I wasn't. It was awesome. It was awesome. So in all seriousness, we've found out a lot with these numbers. Flint is not doing so well with their numbers and with their current city status. Harker Heights is coming up, but it's not where you'd want to be if you're looking just at the numbers. Lampasas and Round Rock are pretty much the same. It kind of depends on what city environment you want to be in. But number-wise, they're all right there. But you have to know what these numbers mean. And you have to understand how you get them. And then what causes these numbers to come off like this. And these Cafrs are very extensive. And they have explanations upon explanations of the explanations. Which is why we saw that they were over 100 pages long. But they're very informative. So you can't just look at these online profiles for each of these cities. You really need to get down and dirty in these numbers and really take the time to understand what's going on, because these numbers are no joke. They really are important. And we see that. And now we can make a decision. If this is a situation where we wanted to move, this is what we should use, because it's going to be important what we're going to pay in taxes, what we're going to pay to keep the city better. It all matters. And we brought those numbers to you, ones that accountants already know. Thanks to BBA investigators. Y'all have a great night, and thanks for sticking with us. And thanks for joining us on our new series called What the French Toast. We're going to dive into the information with them and learn a little bit about the numbers that they like to put. Ooh.